The weather is cooling, but real estate remains hot and mortgage rates legendary. Welcome to the Martini Mortgage Podcast, episode 128, called Fall 2021 Homebuyer Guide. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm a certified mortgage advisor at MLS number 143962 and producing branch manager of the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial Company and MLS number 66247. I'm super excited because my business partner and fellow mortgage strategist, Logan Martini, and I have put the final touches on the fall 2021 edition of the Martini Buyer Guide. We release this free home buyer guide every season to simply and effectively communicate the current real estate and mortgage rate opportunity. Right now, there is a wicked opportunity in real estate. And right now, your buying power is amplified because of the current home loan rate environment. Now, I must warn you, in 2021, buying a home and getting a mortgage is not as affordable as it was last year. I do not believe that 2022 will be more affordable than 2021, and clearly not as good as 2020. You see, in 2020, there were 16 new record low mortgage rates recorded. And yes, there was some massive appreciation in 2022. In addition to, it is critically important to share that when a home buyer is buying a home, they should not be concerned with the price, but they should be mainly concerned with the long-term cost of the home. Let me share a Kevin Martini talking point with you. Price is just one component of affordability. Your financing strategy carries a disproportionate weight on affordability. Higher mortgage rates will impact your affordability. And higher rates in Raleigh, North Carolina, or anywhere in the U.S. will happen. You see, higher home loan rates are like termites in North Carolina. It's not a question of if you will get termites. The question is, when will you get termites? The marquee article in the Martini Buyer Guide, which is available for free by going to www.martinibuyerguide.com, is called Buying a Home This Fall. Logan Martini and myself highlighting 4 things one needs to know. Number 1 is, we believe that more homes will be coming to the market in the fall of 2021. And this increased inventory is going to be very welcomed and is going to go very fast. Number 2 is a bold statement. We share that buying a home is more affordable than renting, and we use data that is provided by the National Association of Realtors to proceed with the thesis to prove it. Number 3, mortgage rates are still low, and I say they are darn right epic. And number 4, discussed in the marquee article, the Martini Buyer Guide, is homes are appreciating. Let me go on a tangent to make sure you understand this very important point about appreciation. Every time a real estate increases, a homeowner gets dollar for dollar gain on their home equity. In the fall 2021 edition of the Martini Buyer Guide, we share what experts are sharing and their insight for today's home buyers. There's a wicked article about being prepared and being patient in this competitive market, as well as we talk about why listing prices for homes are like auction reserve prices today. I truly enjoyed the research that went into the article titled A Deeper Look into Affordability, which starts on page 11 of the Martini Buyer Guide. Affordability is so very important to a home buyer, regardless if they are a first-time home buyer or a repeat home buyer. There is no way to sugarcoat what I'm about to say next. Affordability has weakened this year as compared to last year. But from a historical point of view, homeownership affordability on the aggregate is still very affordable from a historical point of view. In fact, homes are a little less affordable than they were last year. However, when you consider inflation into the equation, homes today are more affordable than they were in the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, and for much of the 2000s, to which 2020 being the exception. On page 17 of the Martini Buyer Guide, which is available for free by going to www.martinibuyerguide.com, the article is titled, "Do I Really Need 20% Down Payment?" Spoiler alert, this 20% down payment myth is one of the most damaging myths in my opinion. The Martini Group helps families with low, and we even have unique programs that offer families a no down payment solution. Don't let the myth hold you back. You don't need 20%. Know your options. I bet you're going to be surprised. Let me be transparent. I truly believe that if no one, let me say it this way. If you want to create generational wealth, you need to own real estate. As a certified mortgage advisor, I know that it should always be loan first and then go find your home. But what I do not know is if homeownership is right for you and your family. Yes, there's a time that one should rent. However, that time is not now, in my opinion. And that is why Logan and I produced the Martini Buyer Guide to simply and effectively communicate the current opportunity. Granted, sometimes one cannot take advantage of a good opportunity. However, with an open heart, I believe everyone owes it to themselves and to their family to get the clarity of the options that are available and make an educated decision if homeownership is right for them. If homeownership is right, buckle up, boys and girls, because buying a home is a fast-paced process today, and you need to know your options before you start touring homes. When the right place pops on the radar, you need to be able to communicate it to a seller that you are not just ready and willing to buy that house. You need to scream that you are ready, willing, and able. And the only way that you can communicate your ability is by making a same-as-cash offer with a same-as-cash approval letter offered by the Martini Group. In closing, a lot of time and a lot of resources go into producing the free Homebuyer Guide 4 times a year. However, we do it because both Logan and I believe in the tangible and intangible benefits of home ownership. Yes, there is more than just financial benefits associated with home ownership. Oh, by the way, that is a great idea for a future podcast. Seriously, in the fall edition of the Martini Buyer Guide, we have gone beyond the headlines to simply explain the current market opportunity. Yes, the guide is free. However, every page is packed with priceless information. You can get instant access to the Martini Buyer Guide by going to www.martinibuyerguide.com. And if you have questions about what you read in the Buyer Guide, just give either myself or Logan Martini a jingle by dialing 919-238-4934. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm a certified mortgage advisor and producing branch manager of the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial Company, which is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. However, I help families all over the U.S. I provide the families I serve with the trusted advice with a frictionless digital mortgage process that provides certainty. You may have questions about what you've heard in this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast or about what you read in the Martini Buyer Guide, and that is awesome. I am here to help you and invite you to call me directly, 919-238-4934, because I believe there is never a substitute for getting educated on the process of buying a home and getting a mortgage. Thank you for listening, and please share this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast with someone you care about, and thank you in advance for leaving a 5-star review. Now it's time for the disclosure. This material has been prepared for marketing purposes only. This is not a loan commitment or guarantee of any kind. Loan approval and rates are dependent upon borrower's credit, collateral, financial history, and program availability at time of origination. Rates and terms are subject to change without notice. Corporate address 3701 Arco Corporate Drive, Suite 200, Charlotte, North Carolina. Cardinal Financial Limited Partnership, NMLS ID 66247. Branch address is 507 North Blunt Street, Raleigh, North Carolina 27604. And you can reach the branch by calling 919-238-4934. For a full list and more license information, please visit cardinalfinancial.com/licensing. Equal housing opportunity. For more information about me, Kevin Martini, with the Martini Group at Cardinal Financial, visit www.martinimortgage.com or call 919-238-4934.